SR93 Boxing back with a quick video. This is my prediction for Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev. What I'm going to do at first is kind of break down each fight just a little bit, and then I'm going to break down what they tend to do in the ring and outside the ring and give my prediction as I do that. Sergey Kovalev, let's start with him. Sergey Kovalev has a big punch. That's the most obvious thing, especially when you watch his highlights. He can punch. His right hand is, I have reasons to what contributes to part of that power. But either way, whether that ends up being true or not, he's still a big puncher. And has the capability to hurt anyone in the ring. Sergey Kovalev's right hand is really, really good. Really strong right hand. If you look at him fight, Sergey Kovalev, he look. This is what he does. He's not just a punch. He doesn't only have a puncher's chance. And what I mean by a puncher's chance is something that you can't really beat the other person, but you have the chance of landing a shot, and then get a lucky shot. And he's more than just that. He's not a punch. He doesn't just have a puncher's chance. What he really has is some boxing ability as well. Sergey Kovalev's got what we now see as a European style boxing. He has that style, that in and out style, long range punches, a jab, and a straight right hand. He likes I don't know if he has longer range than Andre Ward, but he likes to be a rangy fighter. His in and out movement is really good. He's not slow on his feet. I think he might be a little faster than Andre Ward when it comes to combination punches, but I'm not so sure. I could be wrong on that, to be honest. But either way, I think Andre Ward's a little bit sharper on the inside. But either way, Sergey Kovalev seems really good on the outside. He seems to move. He has good footwork. He has good jab. He has. He's not slow. He's not too slow. I think he has some speed. But that kind of tells you that Sergey Kovalev is not just a guy with a big punch. He can box. He has technique. He has great timing. If you look at Bernard Hopkins, the first knockdown, he kind of pulled back, and he kind of pulled back a little, or at least feinted a pulling back motion, and then Hopkins tried to come in and then punched him. And Sergey Kovalev countered him, punched him, right, and he dropped Hopkins. Because the in and out thing is what kind of gets a lot of fighters a lot of problems with Kovalev's style. So Sergey Kovalev is a dangerous fighter. He's definitely one of the best fighters out there. He's definitely one of the very top 175 pounders currently. He's definitely one of the best fighters from Russia. If anything, I can right now, who's a better fighter from Russia now? Who? I don't think there's that many. We got Ruslan Provodnikov. There's where's Lomachenko from? I think he's Ukrainian, but I'm not sure. But either way, Sergey Kovalev is a really good fighter. Andre Ward is also a great fighter. When it comes to accomplishments, Andre Ward has the hand in it. He has the upper hand here. Why? If you look at his record, his professional record, he's not only undefeated, because anyone can be undefeated. Kell Brook's undefeated, but that doesn't mean anything. But Andre Ward's undefeated fighting top level oppositions like Carl Froch, Mikhail Kessler. So many fighters. You look at his resume; it's not a joke. Super 6 tournament winner. That's some amazing shit right there. He's very accomplished. Whether he's the biggest draw or whatever, he's very accomplished in terms of the fighters that he beat. Whether he's boring or not, that's not the point. The point is to get the W. Andre Ward is really, he's almost flawless. I mean, he has a few flaws here and there, but the thing about Andre Ward is he has a winning mindset. What I mean by that is he's been undefeated fighting top level oppositions in the professional game, and in the amateur game, the last time he lost, I believe he was like 12-13. Troy King was actually just joking around saying, yeah, he hasn't lost since he was like 2. 12-13, how old is Andre Ward? 30 something, like he's around 30, right? Give or take. probably more or less, right? I mean, at least he must have not lost for around 20 years. It's crazy. You might as well just say he's an undefeated fighter. Like he's an undefeated fighter, but you might as well just say he never lost ever in his life, in his boxing life, rather, because he has taken losses outside his career. Speaking of outside his career, we're gonna also talk about what effects. How does a fighter get affected from? How does their Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev circumstances outside the ring has affected them in the ring? But before that, I'm gonna get into Andre Ward's advantages. Andre Ward is, as I said, a almost flawless fighter in the sense that there's nothing that he does amazingly. There's nothing that he does that's, he doesn't have the fastest hands. He doesn't have the hardest punch. He doesn't have the most, he's not like the most, he doesn't look like the most slickest, although he's very slick. He doesn't have the best reflexes. I mean, he doesn't have bad reflexes either. He has pretty good reflexes. He has pretty good speed. He has, I think, a bit more pop than what people think he does. He is very sharp. Andre Ward is very sharp. And, give me one flaw in his game. One major flaw in his game. There isn't. I don't think there is. He's very sharp. A lot of pure boxers, a lot of great boxers, they tend to stay on the long range. But Andre Ward, even though he's a good long range fighter, his short range ability is very, very good. I think it's, out of all the pure boxers out there, Andre Ward has probably one of the best, if not the best, short range game. Because we can't say Floyd Mayweather was a short range fighter. So, Floyd Mayweather likes to fight on the long range, right? So I think Andre Ward has amazing inside fighting ability, in the sense that he's smart. He can frustrate you. He can be on his chest. Slick, is able to, he's able to maintain a very good defense on the inside and outside. Andre Ward has smart footwork. He may not be as quick in and out but he can be pretty quick when he needs to, and he's very smart. He has great balance. He's very smart. Andre Ward does do a lot of unorthodox things that a lot of people don't realize. The way he comes in with he suddenly comes in with a right jab on a southpaw stance, like he kind of jumps out with it, and I think a lot of people he's able to jump out with it because that thing is not normally recommended, but all of a sudden he can jump out with it because he's doing some unexpected shit that people don't expect, and then people have no way of reacting because they have no idea how to react for that split second, and they just freeze out and take that punch, and then Andre Ward goes back to his normal self. He's very smart. Andre Ward is definitely the smarter fighter. Not saying the Kovalev's dumb. He's a pretty smart fighter as well. He can catch you coming in. So, as we know, Andre was a smart, sharp fighter. He can be pretty quick. He does, as he's sharp, speed is not, power is not the only thing that can hurt you. If you have sharp punches and you have decent pop, you could, your power might be a bit more significant than if compared to someone who's who has a lot of force behind their punches but not very sharp. So it makes a difference. Andre Ward's sharpness is a very important factor. Another thing is Andre Ward is always in shape. Not saying the Sergey Kovalev isn't, but we've seen Andre Ward being in shape a lot. Despite that, even though he's very inactive compared to Sergey Kovalev as of recently, Andre Ward is in shape, and I think he has this round sparring, and he will be ready for the fight. They both will be ready for the fight. Now, keys to victory. Andre Ward. For Sergey Kovalev, the keys to victory would be he has to make sure that he's not flat-footed. He has to make sure that he's able to change up his style, not do the same thing over and over again, because Andre Ward will capitalize on that. If he's just jabbing, and then he's jabbing right hand, jab right hand, if that's all he's doing, then he's going to have a lot of problems, and Andre Ward will capitalize on it, unless he's able to land the right hand in many different ways and catch Andre Ward a few times, hurt him. And speaking of hurting Andre Ward, that's what he has to do. Even though the right hand isn't the only punch that he can throw, it's a key punch. It's a very key punch. I'm fairly sure Andre Ward will be preparing for the right hand, so he has to be aware of that. Therefore, he has to develop other punches. But Andre Ward, Kovalev has to catch Andre Ward coming in. Andre Ward does sometimes leap in unexpectedly he does have unexpected timing on the leap, and it does work on his advantage. But Kovalev has been a person who can pull back and come forward very quickly, landing a hard right, and he has to do that against Andre Ward. He really has to do that. He has to gauge the distance. He has to be able to gauge the distance, and that's how you're going to land a one right hand clean quickly without missing. And the way you do that is, as I said, gauge the distance. And the way you have to gauge the distance is through landing or through throwing a good amount of jabs, a variety of different jabs. Kovalev also has to move side to side and things like that. And he has to be in shape. Andre Ward might try to break him down, because keep in mind, Kovalev, one of his main advantages, not just his power, is the ability to move back and forward, which can be slowed down if Andre Ward does go to the body. He's on the inside, he can go to the body. Speaking of range control, as I said, Andre Ward would like to be on the inside. Kovalev has to try and stay on the outside. He has to move, he has to do unorthodox things. Sometimes he might have to come forward, other times he might have to go back. Sometimes he might have to pot shot. Kovalev might try to pot shot, like move back. He really has to change up his style. That's what I'm trying to say. He has to come forward at times, he has to go backwards at times, he has to feint. Like, he has to do different shit. He can't be doing the same shit for 12 rounds. It will not work. Sergey Kovalev cannot also be, he has to try think on the fly. He has to be able to make little adjustments. And I think adjustment is where Andre Ward is a better specialist in. See, Andre Ward, now we're going to go to his advantages. He's, as I said, more unorthodox than he is. A lot of people in the boxing will give him credit for. Andre Ward has to be very unorthodox. He also has to go on to, he has to be sharp. He has to be super sharp. He has to go on to Kovalev's inside and break him down. He has to really break him down with body shots and things like that. I mean, he doesn't have to, but I think that's a great way of beating him. Because when you break Kovalev down, Andre Ward is stronger than what people think he is. When you break him down a little bit, he won't be able to move as well, and therefore he won't be able to come with a right hand, or any punch, as Andre Ward's coming in. He can't do the in and out movement as quickly as he would like to. Andre Ward, as I said, has to be unorthodox. Man, this is a really good fight. I can't believe this is actually happening. It's a fight that can go either way. And Andre Ward is a lot more smarter, slicker, more crafty in the ring, more cagey. He's gonna use what people perceive to be as dirty tactics in terms of holding and things like that. But hey, listen, it works for him. And if he doesn't, if referee doesn't do anything about it, that's the referee's fault. So Andre Ward has to clinch on the inside. He has to be on the inside. He has to be on Kovalev's chest. He has to break him down. And I think he has to probably land a few shots, few hard shots, letting Kovalev know that, nah, you ain't beating me. And that's really what I think. That's really what it boils down to. A lot of fighters, go into the fight broken down already against Kovalev, and I think Andre Ward will be a different fighter in the ring. He'll be a very different fighter. He will not be broken down by Kovalev. Andre Ward can beat Sergey Kovalev. They both can beat each other, but this is the reason why I believe Andre Ward will pull off a majority or a unanimous decision. I'm leaning towards a unanimous decision against Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev will have his moments, of course. He's a great fighter. Andre Ward will have the win, in my opinion, because Andre Ward, he can make adjustments. He can make great adjustments. Andre Ward doesn't have as bad of a chin as people say he does. Andre Ward can make as I said, a lot of fighters have beaten already before they face Kovalev in the ring. So, John Pascal, look at him, for example, especially in a rematch. So, Andre was not going to be that fighter, and because if you have the mindset that you're gonna get beat already, you're already beaten, you're easier to knock out or down. So Andre Ward, what he really has to do is be the man that he be the guy that thinks, yeah, I'm gonna win by any means necessary. And he's when you have that type of mindset, you're not gonna go down as easily. And if you go down, it'll be easy to get back up. Andre Ward, I feel like, has that mindset that Sergey Kovalev has never faced. That mindset that I just mentioned will be a very big factor. Andre Ward is a lot sharper, a lot more cagier. Sergey Kovalev was talking about it's very hard to find the target against Chilemba. Andre Ward is even a harder target to find. So, this is the reason why I think Andre Ward will pull it off. He's going to hit Kovalev, and I think Kovalev is going to realize that Andre Ward is a lot sharper and has a better offense than people think. Like, you can't just go in there and try hit him with a 1-2 and he'll be out. Hell no. That's Andre SLG Ward. So that's all I have to say. I don't think this prediction video has been that professionally done. I mean, none of my videos are professionally done, but this is probably one of the worst laid out videos out of all the very important videos that I made. But I hope you get the message. I think Andre Ward wins a unanimous decision. It can go either way. Both fighters deserve credit in and before and after the ring, unless they do some fuck shit like, I don't know, bite someone's head off or something in the ring. That's all I have to say. I'm SI93 Boxing. I'm out.